Hello learners, welcome to this session of Sky is the Limit. Today we are going to talk about tourism and hospitality industry. The topic would be the trends and opportunities in tourism and hospitality industry. Interestingly, it has been said that tourism is the single largest movement of people during peaceful times, is a peaceful movement of people and across borders. As we understand, due to this large movement of people, we need a lot of support system which helps them enjoy their travel and their activities that they take part in. So when we talk about tourism and hospitality industry, let us understand how it plays an important role in our economy and day-to-day life. As we move on with our daily life, we need a break, and this is where tourism comes in. We go for vacations, we go to experience new things. At times, we also go to learn and imbibe new teachings and wellness, health-related activities. So, in this process, we require certain help or support system. They are the A's of tourism, or the major components of tourism. That would be the attraction, accessibility, accommodation, and amenities. And today we are going to talk about how the trends that we have seen in the recent years, that is 2024-25, and what we expect in 2024-25 and 25-26, along with what are the opportunities that are there for all of us in tourism and hospitality industry. Tourism is one industry which has suffered the most during the COVID times. There was a lot of job losses, there a lot of closure of businesses, but thankfully in 2024 tourism seems to be on a revival mode. And in this revival mode, what we see is that we have actually covered up all the losses, and we expect that the losses will be completely covered up by 2024. As per the report of World Travel and Tourism Council of 2024, tourism industry is expected to grow at the rate of 12.2% by 2034, and at this point of time in India it is growing at a rate of 7.7%. At the same time, it has also been reported that tourism is providing job to 1% out of every 10 jobs that are created. So tourism plays a very important role in the life of people and in the type of economy that we have. In this case of tourism, we also see that we have a lot of opportunities to create employment, and the employment is not only in the field of tourism but also in the field of hospitality. With me today I have Dr. Tangjakhombi Akoijam and myself, Professor Paramita Suklabaidya, and we will talk about these trends and opportunities that we see in tourism and hospitality industry. Dr. Akoijam will be talking about what we see in the form of trends that is coming up in tourism as well as in the hospitality industry in this year and in the future. And we'll also speak about the opportunities therein, especially in the sector of entrepreneurship. So to move on, as I was saying, hospitality is a term that we continuously use along with tourism, and there has always been a talk about which is the term that we should be using, tourism or hospitality. What do you say, Dr. Akoijam?
When we say tourism, it is a very restricted and only a specific component of the broader term, which is hospitality. So hospitality, it is an umbrella term, and there are so many segments under it, of which tourism is one of them.
Yes, when we talk about tourism per se, tourism is one area which gives us both hospitality as well as travel opportunities. So in the case of hospitality, when we say hospitality, as you know, is a term which says how we are treating the people who are coming to our place, right? Hospitality is actions and activities that we do to make a guest feel better, comfortable, and adjustable in the new place, right? So in the case of hospitality, we can say that all the accommodation sector is an area of hospitality. we can say that the MICE activities that we do, that is meetings, incentive, conferences and exhibitions, these also come under tourism as well as in the area of hospitality. In some places, it is also said that since accommodation is a part of tourism industry, hospitality or hotel management can also become a part of tourism industry. But hospitality, when we speak of it, also talks about other areas like restaurants, food and services, beverage services. All these areas also come under hospitality. In the case of tourism, we speak of transportation, we speak of cruises, we speak of aviation as it is a part of air or transportation, and we also speak of how this all come together to give the experience of tourism. In the year 2024, as I was saying, we have seen a lot of revival of the tourism. Some of the common trends that we have seen people go for is, one of them is of course stay vacation, right?
Yeah, stay vacation is one of them. And people do not want to be confined when they travel and stay in places which are formalized structure or formalized entity like a hotels or a resort. So now there is an upcoming trend of people going and staying in homestays. And staycation, like Professor Paramita said, is also a very upcoming trend. And during the COVID period, when people have been assigned or they have resorted to working from home, then they were also looking for remote places where they can stay with an internet connectivity and they can work from there. And from there, I suppose there was a big boom in places like small setup or establishment in the remote areas, rural areas, where people have got this, they have distanced themselves from the COVID pandemic. And this has caught on even after the pandemic has subsided. So there was a lot of issues also of people not wanting to come back and join the office spaces. So this is a very big trend which is coming up.
Yes, you are right. As you were saying of pandemic, I'm sorry I intervened. There is an interesting report by McKinsey. McKinsey report speaks of what has happened since pandemic till date. So in this McKinsey report, it is said that during the pandemic 2020, we have seen a fall of 75% in the tourism sector. The travel had come down by 75%. But thereafter, by the end of 2024, there will be a complete recovery from the pandemic. And in this, it is expected that most of the recovery will be done by the domestic sector. As stay vacation, we were explaining and talking about, and homestays. Domestic sector has played a very important and vital role in reviving all the tourism post-pandemic. At this point of time, the McKinsey report says that 75% of the tourism that we see is because of the domestic travel. And in the domestic industry, interestingly and as expected, United States is number one in creating $1 trillion business of domestic industry of travel and tourism. It is followed by China, which is the second largest domestic tourism sector. And most importantly for us, India is sixth in the field of domestic tourism. And domestic tourism had played a significant role in India in reviving tourism. Because when the borders were closed, we all stayed within the borders. But as I started by saying that we get bored and we stay inside our houses during pandemic.
Yeah, and not only that, even before the pandemic also, domestic tourism has always been the stay point of Indian tourism. When we talk about tourism, we always think of inbound tourism. We always think of foreigners coming to India and then spending their money. But if you look at the history and the statistics of Indian tourism, it has always been the domestic tourism which has been the mainstay. It has been the one which has generated the whole revenue, if you take it in terms of, compare it in terms of the international arrivals. And the numbers also speaks volume when we talk about domestic tourism. India is a country of 1.3 billion, and we have this culture of exploring new places, and visiting friends and relatives is almost like a national pastime.
Yes.
We have during our
VFR.
summer vacation, we have people who are staying in the urban areas for work and other activities. They go back home when the children has got school vacation, so it's always the grandparents' place or the hometown that they go to. That's why we have in the LTC scheme of the Government of India also the hometown visit. So this has been ingrained in our culture, and it has been one of the perfect, the mainstay of Indian tourism.
So when we speak of domestic tourism at this point of time, it is because it is one of the trends which has always existed, and right now also when we speak of the trends, current trends in tourism, domestic tourism is playing a vital role. Some of the other trends that we have seen in tourism and hospitality, we are talking of tourism and hospitality industry as a whole, since they are both interlinked. Hospitality at times is considered a very big term, and at other times tourism is considered as a very big term, since accommodation, food services and other amenities of hospitality also is a part of the tourism industry as defined by UN Tourism. So when we talk about other trends of tourism and hospitality, there is a very good vibe in India of revival of tourism, and one of these things is wedding tourism. At this point of time in 2024, we have this fixed dates of wedding which are considered to be good dates, and it has been observed that 75% of these dates of wedding are from November till March, that is November 2024 till March 2025. So this means that the wedding tourism is happening in a big way, and destination wedding, since we have not been able to do it for a very long time, so destination wedding is another trend that has come up, and which is reviving the hospitality industry, especially the hotel industry, since it's not just the banquet hall which is booked for the wedding, right?
Yeah.
It is also the rooms that are being booked.
And not only that, solo traveling, it is also another big trend, not only worldwide but also the Indian and especially female solo travelers.
Yes.
It is coming up in a big way. And we have seen people after retirement, even females after retirement, women folks after retirement, they are also exploring destinations alone in the sense that not as a solo traveler and going alone. They do it in a group setting, like they book themselves in a group tour and then they go. And this itself is showing a lot of freedom and the kind of acceptance of life. That when we talk about this COVID, we always give reference to the COVID times, because when we talk about the tourism and hospitality industry, and I feel it is not only restricted to the tourism and hospitality industry, it is for all of us, in any sector. There is the pre-COVID and the post-COVID. So post-COVID, lots of new things which had happened or which has taken place in the COVID times, like everybody has gone online. We had depended a lot on internet, and we were all connected. So this digitalization, the pace with which it has taken place, it has taken place at a tremendous speed after the COVID pandemic. So what happens is this, before that also there was this concept of virtual reality and artificial intelligence, but it was only operating at the technology level. But nowadays we have seen a lot of integration of virtual reality and artificial intelligence also in the tourism and hospitality industry, because we are all dependent on machine now. We are all dependent on the computers. We are all dependent on the technological advancement which is taking place, and tourism and hospitality is also not immune to that. When we talk about virtual reality, it is computer simulated environment that can be experienced and interacted in such a way that you feel it is in a very physical and real way. And the objective is to make sure that you are there in the real setting. So this has got its application in the tourism and hospitality industry also. We talk about this Marriott hotel chain. They have this VR postcard.
Yes, what we see is VR is not just used for promoting a destination. The trend is that VR is used for promoting both a product, as you said, Marriott Hotel, and now the hotels are using VR to showcase their rooms, so you can put yourself in that room and see how it is.
Yeah.
And it is also for promoting destinations and sites. Like you can go for a virtual puja, you can go for a virtual offering to any of the temples, and you can also check out the virtual setup of any destination prior to traveling to that place. So considering that, virtual reality has become a very important and integral part of tourism marketing and hospitality marketing, and it is one of the prevalent trends that are seen in 2024, and it is expected to continue in future as well, with better options,
better
improvement and integration.
Better integration. And when we talk about integration, we cannot leave artificial intelligence aside. Artificial intelligence, it is again the simulation of the human intelligence into a machine. And this machine is so programmed that it is expected to think like us humans and to mimic our actions also. So now any topic that we can think about, we just type it in, or even over through our voice, we dictate it. And then ChatGPT and all, it just takes up and then throws you all the information, even the citation of scientific papers, they can come up with that. So now it has become so easy to get information also. So the VR and the artificial intelligence integration, it is a big step in tourism and hospitality industry, no doubt about it. But at the same time, this also brings to the concern what is the role of the humans.
Yes. So there where I would like to add a few more points about artificial intelligence. When we speak of AI, yes, the integration of VR, AI and all of this in the tourism industry is making things easier for the customers, for the guests, and as well as for the stakeholders. But at the same time, there is scope for both human intervention as well as to upgrade the AI facility that is being provided to us at this point of time. So one thing that is being looked forward in integrating in the AI is the emotional quotient, so that by looking at the person's face or the voice or the tone of the voice, AI is able to understand the emotional state of the person who is asking for something and is able to help accordingly. So the emotional quotient needs to be added to the AI. So till the time emotional quotient is being added and AI is improved more to help more like a human being, there is still scope for the human beings and for us to integrate our activities and our support system in it. But AI continues to play a very important role, and it is one of the trending trends of tourism and hospitality, and new opportunities are coming up in that.
But if you think of the way that you're talking about emotional quotient being added into the AI feature, then it can be a very worrisome situation also. And are we going to be taken over by machine altogether? And this has been a very debating point.
At this point of time in tourism and hospitality, AI is proving to be very helpful. And the reason is it keeps an account of all the past visits. This is also where AIoT, that is Internet of Things, and blockchain technology also comes into place. Because in this case, what we see is that due to this technological advancement, especially Internet of Things, where there is so much information that is being collated and useful and used for providing better services to the clients. Since we can collect the information, we can analyze it, see what is happening in the past stay, what will be the information in the future. In taking care of that, Internet of Things, IoT and blockchain, which is more useful in the payment and for securing information, both of them coming together is helping the tourism industry a lot, along with AI and VR. And these are the areas which is being looked into and worked upon for future as well. So already this has been integrated. Already Internet of Things and blockchain technology is being used by various travel organizations, and it is making things better. Its payment system is becoming seamless. Why it is very important? Because information is collected in the tourism industry, and tourism industry is not just one industry. It cannot be something like a textile industry. It is being working sector which has got many other areas working together to give you service. So whatever information you give to your OTA, that information has to be passed on to the ground operator. That information needs to be passed on to your hotel. That information needs to be passed on to their airline. The airline also uses this information to tag your baggage. The baggage has to be lifted from one destination, shifted to another destination. So all this information that is being collected and moved from one person of giving this service to the next one. So from OTAs to the ground operators, airlines, hotels and transporters, the information should not be mixed up. The information needs to be passed on in the perfect manner, and that is where this IoT and blockchain technology comes into play. And when we make these payments, the seamless payments, there again we have to be sure that there is a transparency of the information that is passed, but at the same time the information passed is secure, especially in the time of payments. And that's the reason this technological advancement, we can say very surely that 2024 has seen us take technological advancement in great leaps and bounds, and that has become the major trend of tourism and hospitality in 2024, the technological advancement, and this is something which will be looked on and worked upon in the future as well. This technological advancement also gives us a chance to develop more employment opportunities in the field of technology, which can be imbibed in the tourism and hospitality industry. For example, we also have the concept of contactless check-in and check-out. This is also possible due to technological advancement. In some cases, we can just do our check-in using a kiosk. At times, we can do the check-in using our mobile phone, the app in the mobile phone. At times, check-in can be done online without the mobile phone. You have to log into the computer that is given in the front desk. At times, you can meet people. At times, in some of the places, you don't need to meet people for check-in and check-out. A card is given, and sometimes the card is not given. A QR code is given in your phone, which can be used for check-in into a hotel room. And once you check out using the television of the room or your mobile app, then you can just log out and the QR code will lock you out of the room. So in this way, there is no contact anyway. The payment is done online. So we have the concept of contactless check-in and check-out. At times, we can also take the use and help of robots and AI to do the check-in and check-out. So technological advancement that we have seen post-COVID, as Dr. Akoijam was saying, is tremendous. Probably because what internet and what technological advancement would have taken us few years to achieve was achieved very fast due to the constraints of COVID. So due to the constraint of that time and how we had to use technology to manage our day-to-day life, there has been a major leap in the technological advancement, and that is what is reflected in the tourism and hospitality industry as well.
And then the fundamental objective of all this advancement, technological advancement being incorporated into the tourism and hospitality industry is that we are striving to give personalized experiences to the customer. So how do we get this personalized experiences is a very important aspect. Everybody wants personal attention. Now, the psychological theories have also supported it. If you talk about the social identity theory, or you talk about the emotional content theory, or even Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory, it all talks about the personal attention which human as a social animal strive for. And when we talk about personal attention, we also expect as a customer, when you go to any entity, like when you go to a hotel, you go to a resort, or you book yourself at an airline to fly to some other destination, we always carve for personal attention. And this personal attention is what is really the crux of giving the experiences that all enterprises strive for to give that personalized information or personalized experience to their clients.
Yes, and that's where AI and blockchain and all this comes into play, since we have the information with us, and this information has been verified at different stages during the blockchain technological use. So what happens is we can always have this information to fall back on. So next time a tourist comes or a guest comes and uses our facilities, let it be the tourism facility, maybe it is a guide that we are using, maybe it is a transport or a hotel room, we already have the information with us. What are the preferences that the tourist has? What are the preferences that our guests have displayed in the past? And using that, we can give them a personalized experience this time. And that is where the technology has played a very important role in tourism and hospitality.
And since tourism and hospitality is about people giving services to people, no doubt the machine and the AI integrated and virtual reality, they all play a very important role. But when we talk about human intervention, this is one industry where human touch will never go out of fashion. When we even talk about collection of data and even having a backup of this through artificial intelligence or through the blockchain technology, what is important is what we retrieve from there and how we use it. So training of the human resource, training of the people who are going to give the service, and what type of experiences that they are, what kind of data they are collecting, this is also very important. For example, a tourist stays in a hotel, and then and while having a buffet during the breakfast, he likes to have his fruit cut in a special way and then arranged and given it to him. So if there is a very keen observer, and they can even note down even a small and minute preferences like this. So next time, even if they are coming after 2 years also, that is already recorded in against the client information, so they can replicate that. And it is always an ego boost to any of us when you say when the service provider says you had come to our place 2 years back and this is how you were served and you liked it. So even that recollection of things that you have experienced 2 years back, and then they're trying to replicate it, it gives a certain sense of attachment to that property or whatever the service, the people who is serving you.
Yes. Let's take a small break here. And when we come back, we'll continue talking about the trends in tourism, as well as what are the opportunities that we have, both as a job opportunity and opportunities as an entrepreneur in this vibrant industry.
Do you know that the world's population has reached 8 billion on 15th November 2022? And we are still counting. I don't know where do we go from here. The predictions are scary. Any idea how many people can Mother Earth sustain? India's growing population is a serious concern, and we are soon going to become the world's most populous country. Wow, number 1. Population is, after all, a human issue. The UN proposed Sustainable Development Goals cannot be achieved unless and until we consider the population dynamics. So, here we are. Indira Gandhi National Open University offers appreciation course on population and sustainable development. The course explores the linkages between population and sustainable development. In this course, there are diverse issues related to population, environmental safety, livelihoods, human health, migration, urbanization, and much more. The course duration is 3 months, but of course you can complete it within a year. The eligibility of the course is graduation from a recognized university. So, if you are a development professional, working in a government sector, researcher, or keen to know more about the population and sustainable development, the course is must for you. Hurry up and join this course so that we are able to convert population into demographic dividend and not convert it into demographic disaster. For more information, visit www.ignou.ac.in. Thank you.
Hello, welcome back to this session of Sky is the Limit. And today we are discussing the trends and opportunities in tourism and hospitality industry. I am Professor Paramita Suklabaidya from the School of Tourism and Hospitality Services Management. And with me I have Dr. Tangjakhombi Akoijam, also a faculty from the School of Tourism and Hospitality Services Management. As we were discussing before the break, the trends that are today seen in tourism and hospitality industry. One of the trends that we discussed is how domestic tourism is helping revive the tourism post-COVID. We are talking about how VR, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain technology and other technological development is helping us to move in this industry of tourism and hospitality and giving better services to the guests. Along with that, we have seen a trend this year of wedding tourism and destination wedding, which is helping the hospitality industry tremendously to revive itself. At the same time, post-COVID, we have also seen a trend where people are putting their safety almost at par with their security of physical self. The safety is no longer just about the physical self, but also their wellness, complete wellness. So hygiene and sanitation is a big thing with the tourists across the world. We have understood how important it is, especially since the COVID. We have also seen a trend where people are using more and more opportunities to travel on their own, if not as a single solo traveler, then alone without their family in a group. This trend is very much popular, especially among the women travelers, which are also popularly termed as single women traveler. There's a rush of number of single women traveler. At the same time, we have also seen that there is a tremendous increase in automated bookings in the past few years, and it has been reported by EHL Insights that this year, 2024, almost 67% of all the bookings has been done online. When I say online, this automated booking online refers to both bookings that we have done on the website using computer desktop or laptop, as well as the bookings that has been done on the mobile. So this trend is very, very important, that is automated reservation system, in which we do not go to a travel agent or a tour operator, but we do all the bookings online. Maybe we will drop in a request and then the OTA or the tour operator will call us back, but still most of the bookings either aviation or hotels, or at times even transportation has been taken care by the automated reservation system. At the same time, we have also seen that MICE industry is seeing a boost, especially in India and in the major cities, as government is also giving tremendous support to developing MICE industry. We are also seeing a lot of infrastructural development in India, and especially in the road travel and surface travel, and that is also helping promote a lot of road travel and tourism based on that at this point of time in 2024. What we have also experienced and observed as a trend in 2024 is the development of experiential or participatory tourism. This is one trend that has started to gain momentum in the last couple of years. Experiential tourism, as the name says, we want to go and experience the things that are happening there. We do not want to be a mute observer. So that is where what Dr. Akoijam was saying earlier, homestays come into picture. Homestays give us the experience of local culture, staying with the people of that city, that locality, that rural area, and experiencing their day-to-day lifestyle, what they eat, authentic rituals, food habits, recipes. So we also learn what they are cooking. We also learn their traditions. At times people also go for learning pottery making, paintings, languages. So it is more about experiential tourism. It is about experiencing something. At times this experiential tourism trend can also be seen into transformative tourism trends, in which we go for such experiences which transform us. And this is one trend that is picking up from the later part of 2024, where we have seen that many in social media, very interestingly, social media is coming up with the trend where they give you travel opportunities, which gives you a chance to detoxify yourself from social media and from digitalization. So yes, social media is what is promoting it. And there are many tour operators which gives you short packages starting with a weekend without any digital intervention. Then the package can increase to a week, 10 days, 15 days as per your requirement, since it is a transformative experience where you transform yourself and detoxify yourself, as it has been observed that mobile and social media and all this internet of activities are getting us addicted to them. So that is also a trend that has been observed in the later part of 2024, and it is expected to grow in large number in 2025, when all the parents want to take their kids away from the digital life and want their kids to experience life more. And that is where also we see the growth of rural tourism. Rural tourism, as the name suggests, is more to do with tourism in the rural setup and not with the urban setup. So, Akoijam, rural tourism?
Yeah, rural tourism is one way that we can connect with nature, and no doubt it is people who are staying in the urban areas. If you ask children who has been brought up in the urban areas, they cannot even identify the plants, that the vegetables and how they grow, and the kind of leaves. So it is very difficult for them because they have been brought up in an environment. So rural tourism is again picking up a lot.
Yes.
Why we need all these trends, understanding these trends is very important from a learner's perspective also, as well as from a service provider perspective. Now, when we go to a destination, it can be a travel to any destination. The reasons may be, the purpose of travel may be many, but the attraction at the destination is one of the important factor which pulls you to that destination. So attraction is one of the A's, or one of the components of tourism. Then if you have to go to a destination, then obviously you need accessibility. You need a mode of transportation. So transportation is equated with accessibility. So it again starts with A. So this is again another important A of tourism. Then once you reach the destination, you need a place to stay. If you have friends and family and then you are staying with them, that's another option. But otherwise, as a general tourist, when you go to a new destination, you obviously need a place to stay, and this is where another important A, accommodation, comes into play, accommodation and lodging. Then while you are at the destination, and even before reaching the destination also, you read a number of amenities to make your trip hassle-free. So another A is amenities. And while you are at the destination, you indulge in many activities. So again, A activity is also another important A. So we say there are 4 A's, 5 A's. So if we have listed down five A's now, the accessibility is there, accommodation is there, attraction is there, then amenities is there, and then the activity that you do at a destination. Now, when tourism and hospitality industry, when they are composed of this basic 5 A's, then you can see the number of opportunities or the scope of opportunities that lies if you have to intervene as a service provider as well as a student who is already enrolled in any of the program of tourism and hospitality. Because one day when you complete your course or your program, you aspire to enter the industry. So for you, it is very important to understand what are the opportunities which is there for you to explore once you have completed this course in tourism and hospitality. So lots of opportunities are there. If we take even all these A's separately, we can talk about transportation. You have the airlines, and you can seek employment in airlines and big cruise liners. You can also talk about we were talking about homestays. To homestays, if you want to start your own homestays, like you are staying even in an urban area, also even in a rural area, also you have a spare room to let out or to rent out, then you can start a homestay enterprise. So when you say an enterprise, it looks like a very structured firm, but it is a form of revenue earning for you. There is not specific regulations and rules and regulations specific to how to establish a homestay because it differs from one state to another. There are certain states which have got their homestay policy, so all the guidelines are given how to register as one. Whereas there are other states and union territories also which do not have a homestay policy. So what the government of the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India as a nodal agency does is they have come up with a certain set of guidelines how they can, how a person can come into this homestay business. So we have this Incredible India homestay establishment, and then we have the Incredible India bed and breakfast establishment. So certain guidelines are given. So you need to log on to the hotelcloud.nic.in, and the stepwise process is already given here. So but then the peculiarity of homestay is that the owners should also be staying in the property. Supposing if you have a property and then you are renting it out, but you are not staying in the same place, then it cannot be called as an homestay. It will be a
guest house.
Yeah, it is a guest house. And homestay, the owner has to be because what the concept of homestay is, the tourist comes and stay with you, and then they partake in all the activities, the everyday activities that the local people are involved in. So this, to make the concept authentic, it is necessary that the host also stays with the visitors when they come. And this
we
is
also
a very
have other opportunities, and when we talk about it, right. So when we talk about opportunities and scopes in tourism and hospitality industry, let us take it up in 2 ways. As Dr. Akoijam was saying, the first way, that is the employment possibilities, and employment possibilities in the primary components of tourism and hospitality, right, Dr. Akoijam?
Yeah.
You have given all the 5 areas or the major components of tourism, And you have said what are the opportunities are there in all of these components. So whether it is the attraction, if it is an attraction, you can actually create an attraction of your own. You can actually have a small museum, personal museum, where people can come and see things. You can have like it's a doll museum, or it can be a modern arts museum where people can come. Disney's theme park is Disney World is an attraction, but it is a private attraction, right? So attraction can be any of it. It can be a monument, it can be a destination, and you can work there, and you can be one of the service providers there. Or you can be an entrepreneur and start an attraction of your own, like a small butterfly park or something like that. Then Dr. Akoijam spoke about accommodation. In the case of accommodation, you have a job opportunity in the hotel, resorts, or any other structured, organized accommodation sector that we have at present, right? So the job opportunities are there are plenty. Or else, as Dr. Akoijam was discussing, you can start your own venture of being a homestay provider, or maybe if you cannot stay there, you can start a guest house. If you stay there in that property, then it is a homestay. It has to be your home. If you are not staying, it is not a home, so it is not a homestay. So either you can look for job opportunities in the structured, formalized accommodation sector, in hotel, resorts, capsule hotels, transit hotels, boutique hotels, or you can go and work in a cruise liner, which is a mix of both hotel as well as transportation. And you can start your own accommodation business as well. At the same time, there is also the third one, that is the accessibility, that is using transportation. As Dr. Akoijam was saying, you can look for job opportunities in the aviation sector, in the railways. Railways in India is government sector, although a few private players have entered it now. And you have private players abroad who offer this facility of railways. So the job opportunities in railways is not just in running the train or operating it, or to give the tickets for the trains, but also opportunities of maintaining the railway station, maintaining and providing services at the railway station. And it can be the same thing with the aviation, with the other transportation sector. You can be a transporter, or you can work for a transporter. The transporter could be a shuttle bus one, a coach, or a cab, or rent a cab, or something similar. So accommodation, accessibility, they both give you opportunities to be an employee, to work in any of these sectors, whether water, land, or air, any of this transportation, or start your own venture in any of this area. Yes, you can start a venture in cruises also, because you have seen houseboats in Dal Lake. You have heard of Alipi houseboats, right? So all of these
the backwaters of Kerala.
Yes.
And then you can also, as a travel, you can start as a travel consultant.
Yes.
Because when people are going for tours, then obviously they need certain information about the destination. What is the shortest flight time to a destination? So as a travel consultant, you can plan all this. Then you can be a tour operator.
You are giving the amenities to them.
Yeah,
right?
you can be a tour operator. There are different types of tour operators. You can you have this as a tour operator. You can deal only with the inbound tourists who are coming, and so lots of opportunities are there.
Yes,
and it is not only about what you call staying inside a certain specific sector, because tourism and hospitality are all related. And a foot here and a foot there, and then you are into every pie.
So when we talk about that, in the case of amenities, as you say, we can be a travel consultant, or we can work for a tour operator, or we can work for a travel consultant. At the same time, and we can also be a tour guide, a tour escort as an entrepreneur, start our own city walk, heritage walk, food walk, photographic walk, nature walker, bird walker, so many things, you know. The group of bird watchers are many, and this group is growing, and eventually they will also need specialized guides for them. So you can become an entrepreneur on your own, or you can work for one of them. At the same time, when we talk about activities, this is a mixture of activities as well. So activities can be one of this, bird watching is an activity, or you can go for adventure sports, you can go for sightseeing. So all of these activities, either you can work for somebody, you can work for an adventure sports company, you can either be with them, or you can be an adventure sports enthusiast yourself. Like so many enthusiasts are both living their passion and also giving services to the guests. So you can be we have people who are organizing bike tours, people who are organizing tours to showcase parasailing, paragliding, and all of these things. So you have lots of opportunities to be your entrepreneur of your own or work for them. But there is also a very interesting thing in travel and tourism hospitality industry, which is about how other industries are also intervening into this. The most important one is the technological advancement. So you are a travel enthusiast, you enjoy traveling, but you are somebody who works in the technological development field, in the computers. So maybe you can be the one who is helping the tourism industry come up with a package for more suitable AI, right? You can be somebody who is giving support system to...
The sky is the limit.
Yes. Yeah. So it is not necessary that you have to work completely and entirely with the tourism industry only. There are supporting industries which are also there. For that purpose, we were talking about homestays. We were talking about rural tourism. So in these cases, people want to go and stay in an authentic place. So I am somebody who has an old house and I'm renovating it. But for renovation purposes, I need an old door because the door of my ancestral house is broken. So I can be an antique dealer and providing all these antiquities to people who are renovating their ancestral property and supporting it and bringing it up as a
tourist attraction.
So it is a supporting business. I can be a souvenir seller who is developing and maintaining all the heritage product of that place. Maybe I'm bringing up a pottery technique that was long gone and tourism is helping me preserve it and conserve it and bring it back. So it can also be, it is not just that. When we travel, we also at times go for camel safari. So it is a supporting thing, but the person who is taking care of the camels, the owner of the camels, he is also an entrepreneur who is directly or indirectly linked to the tourism. Probably a person who has lots of bullocks and bullock carts, that person may not be requiring all the bullocks only to work in the fields. So in other times, the bullocks may be used as a bullock cart, which is used by tourists for a fancy ride. So that is a supporting entrepreneur, right?
See, but that is why we say that the nature of this industry, tourism and hospitality, it gives a lot of scope for entrepreneurship. And to be an entrepreneur, there are three things which are required. You have to be innovative. Innovation is one of them. Creative thinking is one of them. And another one is the ability to take risks, calculated risks. So a lot of startups, lots of, these are words, these are terminologies which as we are all hearing, entrepreneurship, startups and all these things. And the nature, like I said, the nature of the tourism industry is such that there is ample scope for entrepreneurship in here. Now, when you talk about innovation also, there are different types of innovation, how it can be done. When you talk about, say, finding an invention is also a type of innovation. Here it is also called as radical innovation. You are coming up with a new product, you're coming up with a new service. For example, the invention of the light bulb. It is a radical invention. Then you have duplication also. Duplication is nothing. It is like the already an existing product or a service, and you are replicating that. So that is what is called as the incremental innovation. Then you also have synthesis, like you are synthesizing or you are bringing in together lots of innovations, lots of other elements, lots of other technology, and then you are integrating it. So that can be, for example, FedEx is a company which are into business operation, which is into transportation, which is into all AI related. So the kind of synergy that you take in. So innovation, it can happen in a multiple of ways. Risk taking is obviously one of the cornerstone of entrepreneurship. You, as a entrepreneur, you have to bear on this risk taking ability should be there, and there are certain competencies or certain qualities that you have to nurture, that has to be in you to be an entrepreneur. Just because you are able to think about certain creative ideas, but if you are not able to manage your the enterprise that you're starting to build, then that itself will be a failure. Then you have to depend on somebody. So there are certain qualities, there are certain competencies that needs to be developed as an entrepreneur. Not only as an entrepreneur, if you're also thinking of coming into the tourism and hospitality industry, then there are certain professional courses available online and offline, and even the Indira Gandhi National Open University, the School of Tourism and Hospitality and Services Management, we also offer a lot of programs that caters to how you will be groomed and how you will be, how you can tailor yourself into being a professional in the tourism and hospitality industry.
Yes. So what we have to understand is the trends and scope that we have discussed today. They are not just limited to 2024. These trends will be developed further. These trends will grow. Like few of the trends that we have discussed, like digital detoxification, it has also grown up on the basis of two trends that we have seen earlier, that is sleep tourism and slow tourism. And that is how people, there's some, as she was saying, there is a duplication, there is a innovation. So in the case of innovation, they have come with detoxification of digitalization, right?
Yeah.
So detoxification has moved forward from slow tourism and sleep tourism and come to the next level. So this is where the innovation has taken place. This is where entrepreneur has brought in his or her innovation and come up with something which is need of the hour. When we talk about all the opportunities that we see at this point of time, indeed sky is the limit for tourism and hospitality industry. You have opportunity not only to develop on the trends and scope that has been seen in 2024 and gives you opportunities to work in the industry, but at the same time, the same experience and your own creativity will give you a chance to develop into a well-rounded entrepreneur, as the area is vast. The opportunities is not just restricted to travel and tourism, but also to the supporting industries. We wish you all the best and see you soon.
Nutrition is one of the basic needs of